So it's Dave from Crack Tech Foundation Crack Repair, 508-377-3041, service at cracktechfoundationrepair.com. And we're in the final step here, so I'm starting the injection of the urethane foam material into the setup that I have here, which has the ports attached to the seam, the 90-degree joint between the precast bulkhead and the existing home foundation here. You can see the tar on the old foundation wall, and this bulkhead here was attached, just dropped into place, and there's always a joint there no matter how good a job is done, and this one happens to be leaking. So we started the injection. I just have some thick rags here just in case. Once in a while, no matter how careful you are, you'll get a blowout of material, which can get messy and sticky. So start at one port, and I usually inject slowly and let it the mechanism of the gun. You can see this spring here, which dispenses the material evenly and slowly and under a consistent pressure of about 22-23 psi, which is considered a low pressure injection. You can see the material here. It's a dual cartridge. It passes through what's called a static mixer to mix the two materials together. In this case, they're the same material. Sometimes that's not the case. And then it travels to a tube, which just is a help and convenience to get to ports that might be in awkward spots where you can't necessarily get the length of this gun and the static mixer into place. And I usually continue until the material travels along the crack unseen beneath the surface seal epoxy, travels to the next port, and then starts to bubble out, which it already has. So I've capped it. Now I know that the material has gotten this far and will continue. This material expands many, many times its volume once it reacts with water. And that's the beauty of it, is it expands into any space that it can go and seals this crack through to the outside, down into the footing, and then outside on the vertical parts through to the grade or to the soil. So I'm going to continue, and what I do is work from the bottom up and just wait for the material to bubble out the next port, and then cap the one that I'm working on and move to the next port until you're done. And usually I try to stay a little bit, I usually try to finish a little bit down from the top, because as this material expands, if you go right to the top with a lot of material, you're just going to waste the material, and then it's going to bubble out the top like a volcano, which is not a bad thing because you know it has no place else to go. But you'll wait for a while afterwards, cleaning up the sticky mess after the fact. I learned that the hard way. So anyway, for now, goodbye.